6 o'clock on the West Coast, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 2 p.m. in London, and in Malaysia, it's 1972. Hey, I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Hey, everybody. Good to have you along for the ride. RFD 1996. Oh, secrets, you say? No, actually, it's just clickbait. Late on your end, decided to chat this time through my YT account. Hey, well, it's good to have you on YouTube. Thank you. We are live, triple streaming. We are on Facebook Live. I'm not wearing pants. We are on YouTube under Jay Sheldon's account, and also we are on twitch.tv, Jay Sheldon No Pants. And yeah, we're back again. It's a Tuesday night. It is good to have RFD along with us for the ride. Wherever you may be, I'll try and keep up on the chats much as I can. Because Misha, oh, okay. It's Misha from the Twitch stream who is now on the YouTube stream. Well, thank you. Be sure you subscribe there and share and like and all that other. Give us a thumbs up, I guess, is the YouTube thing. If you're on Facebook, please share this because that helps the algorithms and gives us a little more kick in the butt. And also, of course, give us a like. On twitch.tv, if you're not subscribed already, please do that if you wouldn't mind. Cool beans. I have some very exciting news tonight, and I'm going to hang on to it for a little bit. I mean, it's exciting for me. I got something in the mail. Actually, I got it a week or two ago, but I only just today wound up back at my office because, of course, we are all still under house arrest. Not quarantine. Quarantine is what you do with sick people. We're not sick. We're under house arrest. And they just had another press conference today, which basically the press conference sounded like this. Thank you very much. Good night. That believe me, you have to be a Malaysian or you have to be in Malaysia to understand the comedy behind what I just said. If you're not in Malaysia, lucky you. Yeah, so we're still under house arrest. We can go more than 10 kilometers away from our home now, so that's nice. But we still can't travel in between the states. And mainly that means I can't go gambling at Genting on my favorite slot machines, which is the only thing that really upsets me about the whole thing. I can still go to my office, which I did today, and I picked up a gift that one of our amazing viewers sent to me. It is remarkable. I will show it to you in a little bit, but it's very cool. Very, very cool. It means so much to me, and we'll talk about that coming up in a little bit. All right, what else is going on? We're more than halfway through February. Yeah, February. What is today? 16th. We're more than halfway through the month. The month only has, 28 days? I don't think this is a leap year. Is it a leap year? I'm not sure. But, yeah. Yeah, no slots. Yeah, sorry. No slots, and that kind of sucks. I have... Oh, you have it on your Wii. Cool. And your tablet. I have mine on my hand phone. They're not real slots. I can't win any money, but it kind of fills in the gap. I mean, not really. You know what I mean. But yeah, it's something anyway to fill in the gaps when I am not allowed to climb the mountain and give the first bank of Uncle Lim a whole bunch of my money. Cool. All right. We're going to do a little Facebook review tonight too, because I made a post earlier in the week on my Facebook page, which was very cool. And we'll talk about it. It's fun to see the numbers roll in. I'll tell you, I just thought about this tonight. I remember the last time I won like a lot, thousands of ringgit. Now, again, if you convert that to USD, not all that much money, but it's still a lot of money for us here in Malaysia. And I remember seeing that thing hit and that counter going up, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's paying me so much. I had to like double take, blink my eyes and check. So yeah. Mohamed, hola amigos, hola, ¿cómo está? Good to see you, Mohamed. Thanks for joining. Cool. We are going to, of course, also at the end of the stream, we will be doing another chapter in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're almost at the end. There may be one after this, one more. I didn't read ahead, so I don't know, but we are very close. And I also downloaded Alice in Wonderland, so I have a feeling, I mean, that's so far gotten the most votes. Chaotic Robot, good morning. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. Thanks very much for joining, and appreciate that. We've got that coming up, and then we'll move on. If we don't hear any better suggestion, then we'll stick with Alice in Wonderland for our next book reading. That'll be very, very cool. All right, so I want to move on to a huge thank you. I don't think she's on the stream right now, sadly, but maybe you will watch it later and you will see this. A huge thank you and a tip of the hat to Hazel Lisa, who has watched the stream quite regularly, and she has heard me talk about what a crazy, insane Japanophile I am. Love Japan, love old school Japan, not so hot on current modern Japan, but a big fan of old school Japan. And she sent me to my office to protect my privacy, and I hadn't even thought of that. I was just going to give her my home address, but she thought of it. Thank you. You know, the old guy doesn't use his noggin a lot. But anyway, I trust her, and respectfully, she sent me to my office a book which is out of print. It is enormous, and this is it. I don't even think I can fit the whole thing on camera. Let me try and there we go. It's bigger than my head, and it's a book on samurai swords. I have a katana downstairs. I should bring that on the stream sometime. A Collector's Guide to Japanese Swords by Clive Sinclair. She tells me that this is out of print, which makes it even more valuable. I mean, its value to me is beyond money value. But again, it's so huge. Maybe, how about if I switch over to my other camera? That might be the easier way. I know the lighting's not all that good over there. But yeah, the cover is absolutely incredible. And inside, let me see if I can get to a couple of the cool pages. The whole thing is filled with shots of swords and information. And then there's some amazing plates inside. The rise and fall of the samurai, development of the Japanese sword, historical background to Haizento. Yeah, look at these, amazing. I'm sorry you can't really see them very clearly, but this absolutely incredible inside. Some pictures of some samurai armor, and then some big plates, full page, double page spreads like this. It's truly incredible book, and I will treasure this forever. Thank you, Hazel Lisa. Thank you so much for that. It's amazing, truly amazing. Let me just put that over there. What a gift. That was really nice. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, such a cover. You're right. The cover alone is worth the price of admission. It is incredible. It's really nice. Okay, so having said that, I want to move on to a bit of Facebook review, because I made a post earlier on the 13th. There we go. Boom. And this is it over there. The third, whoops, hold on, let me undo that. There we go. The 13th was also known as a World Radio Day. World Radio Day is celebrated once a year on the 13th of February, and it is a day just to celebrate. I mean, radio has been around forever, and even to this day, as much as radio nowadays, sadly, is not like the old days of radio when the old guy was a radio DJ. Oh, believe me, chaotic robot, I had more than a mustache. There's more pictures coming. These were some articles from the Register Citizen, a local newspaper in the town that I was morning radio, who is still in one form or another in radio. And this was an article they did. Radio team jumpstarts the morning. What year? Oh, August 10th, 1992. 92, 2002, 12. That's almost 30 years ago. Wow. Time uncertain. You're not late. You're never late. Thanks for joining. We're just looking back at some old radio day newspaper articles from my illustrious career. And yeah, this, whoops, let's go back. There we go. Here we go. This is me with the mustache and the pilot's glasses. And I think I kind of had a normal haircut then. I had some pounds on, but it's even better than that. Yeah, Dan Quayle was a vice president. We mentioned Dan Quayle can't spell potato, but we also make fun of something in your neighborhood because, again, it was a local morning radio show. A lot of fun. We were number 1 or 2 in the market most seasons. So that's the setup with WSNG. If you go to The Voice Guy, which is my voice work Facebook page, you can hear some of the voice checks of some of my old radio days. This is just an article. Again, remember we talked about Jay Sheldon, the pilot of the airwaves. And there's the one. Oh my God. There's the embarrassing picture. Oh, that's not the worst picture, but the worst picture I don't have on my Facebook post. Look at that. Look at that cheesy Frito Bandito mustache. These unbelievable... I had LASIK, by the way. Yeah, I did look startled. You're right. And there's the... Remember I told you about the pilot's hat, which John Mulligan gave me. It was his dad. He was a pilot for American Airlines. And yeah, stare of death. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but I had a long ponytail. It's hanging down the back here. And sideburns. Oh, man. Again, there's no date on this photo, but this was the old studio. So I'm going to have to guess it was probably early 80s. I think it was, this must have been early 80s when we were at, I think it was Prospect Street, somewhere around there in Torrington, Connecticut. Man, unbelievable. Look at that. How embarrassing. I should show you, because people don't believe I used to be like 250 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilos, but maybe let me see if I can do this. There we go. Photos. Come on. There we go. And old newspaper clippings. Oh, there's one. Check that out, huh? Full beard, same glasses. My hair, by the way, was always so straight. It was just unbelievably straight. I had a perm a couple of times. In fact, there's a picture here somewhere of a perm. And yeah, that was a nightmare waiting to happen. Unbelievable. All right, let me get back out of this one and show you this picture there. Let me just get it over more towards the middle. Again, the captain's hat, the captain, and I did this thing because people they still do today. People take shopping carts out of the shopping, the parking lot, and then they take them home and they leave them on the sidewalk. And there were hundreds of these shopping carts all over the place. They're expensive too, by the way, for the grocery stores to buy. So people were complaining on my talk show. So I went out after my talk show, and I think it must have been the dead of winter because I'm wearing a winter coat, and I noticed the leaves are off the trees here. In the background, you can see. So I went out collecting shopping carts and walked down the street, the main street in Torrington, and brought them back to the store. But my point of showing you this photograph, if you measure from side to side, this is me at about 250 pounds. No kidding. It's, well, I don't know what that is in kilos, except I think it converts to a freaking huge amount. So, yeah, that was me back in the day. And let's see, we did our show live. It was sponsored by a mattress company, and so we did the morning show in my pajamas, from the side of the road in bed. That was fun. I gotta do this one. I just, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Believe it or not, I was a car salesman. You see right there, this guy. Stuck with the name, Captain J. Sheldon, still had the Frito Bandito mustache, still had the straight hair. But when you're in radio, sometimes you get in between jobs because, you live and die by the ratings. And so you do what you have to do. And a lot of radio DJs wind up doing a lot of strange jobs besides radio. This was one of mine. I actually had a blast. I love Subarus, not just because I sold them, but they are an amazing car. They truly are amazing. I saw an old Subaru that somebody was trading in that had 350,000 miles on the original engine. The cars are just unstoppable. I don't know what they're like today. I know they look very different from back when I was selling them. That was in, what is this? 86, I think it says, the date on the newspaper clipping. But yeah, there he is, the captain. Unbelievable. All right, back to that. There we go. So that was my thrilling adventure and post for radio, World Radio Day. A little walk down memory lane. Check this out, by the way. I don't want to play the audio. This is a drone shot of a sheepdog, a border collie, herding sheep. You see that? These are all the sheep. And there's, I don't know if you can see, it's sped up. It's fast motion. You see the border collie right there? I'm trying to follow him with my mouse. Look at this. Check this out. This is the coolest thing. I do still have the Mohaned. I've got so much more stuff. I haven't digitized all of them, but I've got so much stuff from back in my radio days and all kinds of, I often, I'm just going to let this play because it's so cool to watch. I often say, having been in radio for so long, I was blessed. I got the chance to do things that most normal people never get the chance to do. I was all into promoting myself and doing Invis Toby, hey, good to have you on. Yeah, that's absolutely an incredible video there. It's so cool. This is my post for Valentine's Day. I'll just leave that up while I talk. I got to fly in a hot air balloon. I actually wound up in the nose cone of the Flying Fortress, the World War II bomber. Was it a B something bomber? I forget, but it's the one with the big glass nose on it where the bombardier sits underneath the pilot down in this big nose that's all plexiglass or whatever, plexiplastic. And I flew there. We did a live broadcast from inside the plane. And I'll tell you this, there was a young pilot, and they were barnstorming all across the U.S., and they came into our area. And so we gave away tickets to former World War II vets, and some of which that got the tickets actually flew on that plane during wartime. Incredible. But we took it up. We flew. This hot shot pilot was amazing. We went down over a big lake in northwest Connecticut, and he was skimming along the surface of the water, and I'm in the nose looking down. I swear if I had a net, I could have stuck it out and caught fish. That's how close he was to the surface of the water. One dip with the wings, and we were going in. And then, so I'm looking down because the water's like rushing underneath the plane. And then suddenly I look up, and there's the mountains coming right at us, fast. And at the very last possible second, this hot dog pilot goes vroom, and pulls up and right over the mountain. And my family jewels wound up somewhere about here. It was absolutely incredible. I will never forget that experience. But those are the kind of things that I got to do. And like I said, I feel so blessed for having been able to experience all those amazing things being in radio. It was insane. This was a cool story. I don't know if you saw it or not, but on Thursday, I think, of this week, actually there's like 3, I think Saudi Arabia, the US, and Russia or China are landing spacecraft on Mars. The US one contains the rover contains a space helicopter. It's basically a drone, which is going to be flying around getting what I assume are going to be some amazing shots from the surface of Mars from a drone perspective. Cannot wait to see that stuff. I'm not totally obsessed, but I'm totally into anything I see about this stuff, and being on Mars and pictures and all fascinates me. Absolutely fascinates me. I wish I could play the sound for this because it really needs to have the sound. I don't know if the sound's going to come through. I don't think so. Let me play it. Yes. Check this out. Watch the end. Watch the end. Watch. Bonk. Okay, I'm going to get a copyright strike. But that was worth it. That is the funniest thing. Absolutely adorable. Very, very cool. There's another thing that I posted earlier this week, which I wanted to share with you because it's insane. One is from Winnie the Pooh, and one is from The Jungle Book. But what it says is, excuse me while I freak out, my entire childhood is in question right now. Take a look at this. I'm going to mute it so I don't get a hit. But watch this. These are 2 different films, animated from Disney. Jungle Book and Winnie the Pooh. That's Christopher Robin and Winnie. Look at that. Not just the scene. They basically changed the scenery and the characters, but the animation is the same. That is the weirdest thing. Check that out. What is that? Baloo the bear? Bonk. How about that, huh? Way to save money. And yes, this is exactly what I've been doing all week. It is so unbelievably hot here. I said it before on Saturday night's stream, and it's the same. The heat is incredible, and it still hasn't broke. It's still, this is me. Every moment of every day. So there you go. All right, that's Facebook review for tonight. It's crazy. Cool beans. All right, let me just. Sorry, I'm trying to work my way around through here. There we go. Okay. I haven't missed too much on the chat. I know you've been chatting amongst yourselves, so knock yourselves out. There you go. I am going to move on to the Wonderful Wizard of Oz because I have sat here and spread the BS for about a half hour. I thanked Hazel Lisa very much for the book. Hazel, I'm not sure that you're in the stream or not, but if you are, thank you again so much. And I love it. It's wonderful. This book is amazing. I will. I'll get some pictures and share them on my Facebook page. The temperature in Malaysia, here honestly, I don't know. I don't have a thermometer. Don't really keep track. But one of my friends, posted a couple of days ago that it was like 38 at his house, which again, I'm an old Malaysian transplanted American, so I think in Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what 38 is. I just know it's damned hot. So yeah, it's been 38, 39 for a few days. And that's smoking hot. So unbelievable. All right. We're going to move on to the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And in order to do that, I have to... wait. I got one more thing I want to show you. One more thing. I don't know if I showed you this or not, but I got to show you. Is it 100 degrees? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. All right. Check this out. I found this. Oh, believe me, I've drank so much water and green tea. By the way, can I just, let me take a second. I drink tons of coffee, as you know. This is coffee. I drink coffee in the morning. I drink it at night. I drink it before I go to bed. Coffee doesn't, it may keep me going, but it doesn't keep me awake. So having said that, somebody said drink more water. And I said, I do drink water, but I filter it through coffee. And they said, it's not the same. And I argued with them because, look, I know, but bear with me. This is the same water, the same amount of water. It's just been filtered through coffee. So if I drink, this is a 15-ounce mug. If I drink 4 or 5 cups of this a day, I'm drinking 4 or 5 15-ounce cups of water filtered through coffee. I'm getting my water. I haven't taken the water out. I just put something else in. So it's the same thing, right? I do drink regular water. And water filtered through green tea also. So I do drink. Yeah, water plus. See? You're right, Chaotic Robot. It's water plus. Okay, let me pop over here and show you this. So incredible. Check this out. Sorry, got to move it around a little bit. There we go. This is from Variety. Wizard of Oz remake in the works at New Line Cinema with director Nicole Castle. Of course, this from the original film. I'm a little hesitant to be too excited because Mohanad says, I see your point about the coffee. See? Yeah, apparently, hold on to your ruby slippers and repave the yellow brick road. A Wizard of Oz remake is in the works at New Line Cinema. Nicole Castle, who did Watchmen, directing the film, an adaptation of L. Frank Baum's book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which is what we've been reading. And they say the promise is the upcoming film will be a fresh take on Dorothy and the Land of Oz. Adding it can draw on other elements, some of which we found by reading the book, from Garland's Wizard of Oz, like the prized ruby red slippers. So there you go. It's in the works. I don't think it's in production, but it's in the works. So that's kind of cool. I actually think I prefer if they do some kind of a new take on The Wizard of Oz, because if they try and just remake the original film, no matter what, they'll fall short. You cannot remake the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz. Cannot be done. Cannot. I don't care who you are. But to take it and give it a new spin, as long as you don't go too nuts, that's not a bad idea. That's kind of a cool idea. I think I'd look forward to that. All right. We're going to do our own scene from The Wizard of Oz because it is time to move on. We want to thank the good folks at the Project Gutenberg. You can find them at gutenberg.org, and you'll find all kinds of public domain books that are available there for downloading, ebooks, and reading. Check them out. Sorry, just doing some housekeeping. And yeah, check them out. It's very, very cool. That's where this came from. So let's move on in to L. Frank Baum's original story of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And we're on chapter 16. No, it's The Magic Art of the Great Humbug. Chapter 16. Yeah. All right, here we go. I have a feeling this is going to be a long chapter, so get comfortable, grab another glass of wine or whatever your drink is, water filtered through something, and here we go. Next morning, the Scarecrow said to his friends, "Congratulate me. I am going to Oz to get my brains at last. When I return, I shall be as other men are." "Oh, I've always liked you as you were," said Dorothy simply. "It's kind of you to like a scarecrow," he replied, "but surely you'll think more of me when you hear the splendid thoughts my new brain is going to turn out." And then he said goodbye to them all, and in a cheerful voice went to the throne room, where he rapped upon the door. "Come in," said Oz. The Scarecrow went in and found the little man sitting down by the window, engaged in deep thought. "I have come for my brains," remarked the Scarecrow, a little uneasy. "Oh, yes, sit down in that chair, please," replied Oz. "You must excuse me for taking your head off, but I shall have to do it in order to put your brains in their proper place." "Oh, that's all right," said the Scarecrow. "You're quite welcome to take my head off as long as it will be a better one when you put it back on." So the wizard unfastened his head and emptied out the straw. Then he entered the back room and took up a measure of bran, which he mixed with a great many pins and needles. Having shaken them together thoroughly, he filled the top of the Scarecrow's head with the mixture and stuffed the rest of the space with straw to hold it in place. When he had fastened the Scarecrow's head on his body again, he said to him, "Hereafter you will be a great man, for I have given you a lot of brand new brains." The Scarecrow was both pleased and proud at the fulfillment of his greatest wish, and having thanked Oz warmly, he went back to his friends. Dorothy looked at him curiously. His head was quite bulged out at the top with brains. "How do you feel?" she asked. "I feel wise indeed," he answered earnestly. "When I get used to my brains, I shall know everything." "Why are those needles and pins sticking out of your head?" asked the Tin Woodman. "Oh, that's proof that he is sharp," said the Lion. "Well, I must go to Oz and get my heart," said the Woodman. So he walked to the throne room and knocked at the door. "Come in," called Oz, and the Woodman entered and said, "I have come for my heart." "Very well," answered the little man, "but I shall have to cut a hole in your breast so I can put the heart in the right place. I hope it won't hurt you." "Oh, no," answered the woodman. "I shall not feel it at all." So Oz brought a pair of tinsmith's shears and cut a small square hole in the left side of the Tin Woodman's breast. Then, going to a chest of drawers, he took out a pretty heart, made entirely of silk, and stuffed with sawdust. "Isn't it a beauty?" he asked. "Oh, it is indeed," replied the woodman, who was greatly pleased. "But is it a kind heart?" "Oh, very," answered Oz, and he put the heart in the woodman's breast, and then replaced the little square of tin, soldering it neatly together where it had been cut. "There," said he, "now you have a heart that any man might be proud of. I'm sorry I had to put a patch on your breast, but it really couldn't be helped." "Oh, never mind the patch," exclaimed the happy woodman. "I am very grateful to you, and I shall never forget your kindness." "Don't speak of it," replied Oz. Then the Tin Woodman went back to his friends, who wished him every joy on account of his good fortune. The Lion now walked to the throne room and knocked at the door. "Come in," said Oz. "I've come for my courage," announced the Lion, entering the room. "Very well," answered the little man. "I will get it for you." He went to the cupboard and reached up to a high shelf and took down a square green bottle, the contents of which he poured into a green gold dish, beautifully carved. Placing this before the Cowardly Lion, who sniffed at it as if he didn't like it, the wizard said, "Drink." "What is it?" asked the Lion. "Well," answered Oz, "if it were inside you, it would be courage. You know, of course, that courage is always inside one, so that this really cannot be called courage until you've swallowed it. Therefore, I advise you to drink it as soon as possible." The Lion hesitated no longer, but drank till the dish was completely empty. "How do you feel now?" asked Oz. "Full of courage," replied the Lion, who went joyfully back to his friends to tell them of his good fortune. Oz, left to himself, smiled to think of his success in giving the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman and the Lion exactly what they thought they wanted. "How can I help being a humbug," he said, "when all these people make me do things that everybody knows can't be done? It was easy to make the Scarecrow and the Lion and the Woodman happy, because they imagined I could do anything. But it will take more than imagination to carry Dorothy back to Kansas, and I'm sure I don't know how it can be done." Believe it or not, that's the end of that chapter. It was a quick one. Chapter 17 is coming up next time. It's called How the Balloon Was Launched. And I'm just going to do a quick scroll. Okay, we've got 2 more chapters to go. Yeah, wait, what? I know exactly. I'm thinking, you want to do another chapter? I'm up for it if you are. You want to do another chapter while we're here? I don't like leaving it. All right, let's do another one. Why not? Chapter 17. We got time. I'm not going anywhere. How the Balloon Was Launched. A double chapter tonight. What a bonus. Here we go. For 3 days, Dorothy heard nothing from Oz. These were sad days for the little girl, although her friends were all quite happy and contented. The Scarecrow told them that there were wonderful thoughts in his head, but he couldn't say what they were because he knew no one could understand them but himself. When the Tin Woodman walked about, he felt his heart rattling around in his breast, and he told Dorothy he had discovered it to be a kinder and more tender heart than the one he had owned when he was made of flesh. The lion declared he was afraid of nothing on earth, and would gladly face an army of a dozen of the fierce Kalidas. Thus each of the little party was satisfied, except Dorothy, who longed more than ever to get back to Kansas. On the fourth day, to her great joy, Oz sent for her, and when she entered the throne room, he greeted her pleasantly. "Sit down, my dear. I think I've found a way to get you out of this country." "And back to Kansas?" she asked eagerly. "Well, I'm not sure about Kansas," said Oz, "for I haven't the faintest notion which way it lies. But the first thing to do is to cross the desert, and then it should be easy to find your way home." "Oh, how can I cross the desert?" she inquired. "Well, I'll tell you what I think," said the little man. "You see, when I came to this country, I was in a balloon. You also came through the air, being scattered by a cyclone. So I believe the best way to get you across the desert will be through the air. Now, it's quite beyond my powers to make a cyclone, but I've been thinking the matter over, and I believe I can make a balloon." "How?" asked Dorothy. "Well, a balloon," said Oz, "is made of silk, which is coated with glue to keep the gas in. I've got plenty of silk in the palace, so it'll be no trouble to make a balloon. But in all this country, there is no gas to fill the balloon with or make it float." "If it won't float," remarked Dorothy, "it'll be no use to us." "True," answered Oz, "but there is another way to make it float, which is to fill it with hot air. Now, hot air isn't as good as gas, for if the air should get cold, the balloon would come down in the desert, and we should be lost." "We?" exclaimed the girl. "Are you going with me?" "Yes, of course," replied Oz. "I'm tired of being such a humbug. If I should go out of this palace, my people would soon discover I'm not a wizard. Then they would be vexed with me for having deceived them. So I have to stay shut up in these rooms all day, and it gets very tiresome. I'd much rather go back to Kansas with you and be in a circus again." "Oh, I shall be glad to have your company," said Dorothy. "Thank you," he answered. "Now, if you will help me sew the silk together, we will begin working on our balloon." So Dorothy took a needle and thread, and as fast as Oz cut the strips of silk into proper shape, the girl sewed them neatly together. First there was a strip of light green silk, then a strip of dark green, and then a strip of emerald green, for Oz had a fancy to make the balloon in different shades of the color about them. It took 3 days to sew all the stripes together, but when it was finished, they had a big bag of green silk more than 20 feet long. Then Oz painted it on the inside with a coat of thin glue to make it airtight, after which he announced the balloon was ready. "But we must have a basket to ride in," he said. So he sent the soldier with the green whiskers for a big clothes basket, which he fastened with many ropes to the bottom of the balloon. When it was all ready, Oz sent word to his people that he was going to make a visit to a great brother wizard who lived in the clouds. The news spread rapidly throughout the city, and everyone came to see the wonderful sight. Oz ordered the balloon carried out in front of the palace, and the people gazed upon it with much curiosity. The Tin Woodman had chopped a big pile of wood, and now he made a fire of it, and Oz held the bottom of the balloon over the fire so the hot air arose from it and would be caught in the silken bag. Gradually, the balloon swelled out and rose into the air until finally the basket just touched the ground. Then Oz got into the basket and said to all the people in a loud voice, "I am now going away to make a visit. While I'm gone, the Scarecrow will rule over you. I command you to obey him as you would me." The balloon by this time was tugging hard at the ropes so that it held to the ground, for the air within it was very hot, and this made it so much lighter in weight than the air without that it pulled hard to rise into the sky. "Come, Dorothy," cried the wizard. "Hurry up, or the balloon will fly away." "I can't find Toto anywhere," replied Dorothy, who did not wish to leave her little dog behind. Toto had run into the crowd to bark at a kitten, and Dorothy at last found him. She picked him up and ran towards the balloon. She was within a few steps of it, and Oz was holding out his hands to help her into the basket, when crack went the ropes, and the balloon rose into the air without her. "Come back," she screamed. "I want to go too." "I can't come back, my dear," called Oz from the basket. "Goodbye." "Goodbye," everyone shouted. All eyes were turned upward to where the wizard was riding in the basket, rising every moment further and further into the sky. And that was the last any of them ever saw of Oz, the wonderful wizard, though he may have reached Omaha safely and be there now, for all we know. But the people remembered him lovingly and said to one another, "Oz was always our friend. When he was here, he built for us this beautiful Emerald City. And now he is gone, and he's left the wise Scarecrow to rule over us." Still, for many days, they grieved over the loss of the wonderful wizard and would not be comforted. Wow. That's chapter 17. Coming up next stream, we'll do chapter 18, which is called Away to the South. Dorothy is stuck. Find out what happens next time. Well, that was cool. That was great. Very cool. All right, folks. That's it. That's it for me. Thanks, Chaotic Robot. If you want to follow Chaotic Robot on Twitter, if you want Chaotic, just dump your link in the chat there. By all means, please do. Give him a follow and a like, and give us a follow and a like too. We are on Facebook Live. We're on Jay Sheldon's YouTube channel, and also, of course, on Twitch.tv. Yeah, that was a good chapter. You're right. Yeah. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us for another episode. I will see you all on Thursday night. We should be back here. I'm a little disoriented tonight because my microphone is not in my headphones. I checked. I know I'm going out there, but I'm not hearing me here. So that's fine. No worries. All right, guys. We're out of here. Thank you so much. Truly amazing. It was indeed. Lions. There you go. Hashtag Lions, Tigers, and Satellites on Twitter. Check that out. And we will see you on Thursday night. For now, I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Good night. Yo.